Do your vocal exercises. You good?
My name is Dio Morales, and you are watching the Gold Squadron podcast stream. We want to thank Family Time Games for allowing us to record here. We're bringing you the Indiana Regional Final, and I have here co-hosting with me on a microphone that's next to his face, Gordon Berg. How you doing, Gordon?
I'm doing good. Is there a reason you're not showing our faces this time?
Because we want to see the rock placement.
Oh.
Yeah. And we also have Tyler Tippett, backseat commenting for extra insight and information. We also have Zach Bart, Donald, what's your last name? Donald Williams, Mark Moriarty, Brandon Prokos, and Mark just kind of hanging out, watching over the shoulder so that he can comment about the game and not be by the stream. So we have a 2-hour timer that they already started, so let's get that up.
Yeah, 158.50 if you
Pause, reset, go.
go.
All right. So timer is up. Okay, so the final is 2 hours. Here's my first question for the chat to vote on. Do you think this game will go? What? What's wrong with the right squad? Oh, I see what happened there. Hold on a second.
No,
Hold on. I gotta fix the squads.
but the Star Vipers are so good, it should be allowed to try go to the final anyway.
I'm gonna mute this. Hold on. It's in the dice box area. His damage deck holder.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's in the dice cam.
I see what you're saying.
Yep.
My bad. I couldn't see it.
All right, guys, we're doing the intro all over again. You ready? Here we go. My name's Dio Morales, and we're here streaming the Indiana Regional from Family Times Games. Thank you for putting on a great event. I'm here with Gordon Berg
Hello.
and a bunch of people around me that are going to be supporting the cast, checking for crits, all that stuff, extra insight, lots of fun. Thanks for joining us. First thing I want to do here, let's go voting. Give us a number 1 if you think Brandon Thayer is going to be taking the victory here, and a 2 if you think Ryan Staniszweski will end up being the champion. Now, one big difference here that we noticed from the opening from the last game, Brandon starting still in that sideways formation. He can still turn in whenever he wants to, but he's starting faster. So it looks like he's going for that gap between the rocks there.
Correct. Is he assuming that that ghost is going to be aggressive
Oh, he came out 2 forward, evade.
and needs to get into that corridor where things are going to take place?
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine the ghost is probably eyeballing that lane to the left, diagonal, as a possible means of exit, potentially.
Yep. So a couple of strengths for both of these lists, right? So Brandon Thayer is bringing a 4-ship list, lots of guns against a zero agility ship, can do lots of damage. He's going to be leveraging the box formation Ezra there is available to stress things, and with the Ghost shooting at pilot skill 3 and then the Ezra shooting, what he does take away is the Maul real roll, but what he doesn't remove is the Ezra stress to a crit. Sorry, not stress to a crit. A eyeball to a crit when stressed. But one thing that Ryan can leverage here is the fact that Fenrau's PS11, so he can boost the Ghost after all of Brandon's ships move.
And another thing about Ryan's ghost list is even though, in general, Ryan wants to be one to determine when he piles on his stress for the Maul rerolls and doesn't necessarily want to start the engagement stressed, it doesn't take much for him to clear the stress if he can get hits through. Speaking from experience, I tried to stress the heck out of the 2 ghost lists I faced, and at the end of every engagement, just after 4 TLT shots,
Right.
stress tended to have been gone. So it's not that bad, although, and this list isn't necessarily a massive stress list, so I don't know if piling on stress through Ezra is going to be as big an issue as Brandon would hope.
So looking at the voting here, we're actually even right now. The people got a 1-to-1 ratio right now. Here's Brandon turning in. And one thing with Ryan boosting to the right, I mean, we'll see what he can do to get out of here. But he's setting himself up in a corner, which could be bad.
I'm already not liking Ryan's choices here because Brandon very much just wants to gun this list straight down. Now, the big question, as always, in the Fenn Ghost is, do you go for Fenn? Do you go for Ghost? And obviously, if Fenn can be eliminated quickly, it's never necessarily a bad choice. But the longer you take trying to get rid of Fenn, that's just that much more time the Ghost will do work and wear you down.
Exactly.
Another interesting dynamic here will be how Ryan approaches this list, if only from a sense of what experience he may bring to bear in this, strictly because he's faced what we were told 5 mirror matches on his way here. So is his mindset capable of shifting against this kind of opposing list as opposed to what he's been facing basically for 2 days?
So we're waiting for the action from Fenn. I wouldn't be surprised about a boost, because if he could boost next turn 3 bank and just get around that rock, there's the boost. So he's probably going to be taking a couple shots here, at least maybe the Y-Wing if he has an arc, and the Wookiee. But he's going to be starting to take his shots here.
So it's in the corner, but what kind of turn? Okay, guys. So what kind of turnaround options does Brandon have for this Ghost, or does he not care? Does he go for Fenn? That Ghost can really be gone. So does.
So we're checking arc. Is Ezra
Do you think he'll commit to Fenn then?
Is Ezra in range in arc? That's the question, and it looks like they're going to call the judge. I think that's the right call because it is.
Definitely wants him to go after Fenn because the Ghost is in such a hot spots, like just really bad positioning that he's going to be breathing.
All right, so it looks like they're calling it.
He'll still be hugging the edge, which Ghost doesn't really want.
We're waiting for the arc here.
I don't know what they rule.
We're not sure what the ruling is. It looks like it's an arc. He takes a stress to hand the stress out. Limits some of the getaway options, but he's not really looking to do damage there with Ezra. He wants to get that stress out there.
If the sensor jammer's on this is right, so he would have had to have rolled 2 natural hits,
Yes.
where only one gets changed to an eyeball to get the 1 through. And it does ignore crits.
Okay,
Yes.
Jammer. He does spend the focus that Ezra coordinated. Gets an evade, so that's going to be 1 shield off the Lothal Rebel. And now here comes the Lothal.
So clearing that stress shouldn't be too hard if he can pick a low agility ship
Yep, he has to get some damage in
To-
order to have that.
to get, to have the clear.
So he's debating the primary because it is Enarch unobstructed at range 2. It looks like at the Y-wing, and he's going for it. He
Too many dice?
nope.
Did
He
do
just
primary?
I didn't roll in the box.
Oh, that's an interesting question because he scooped and maybe his opponent saw the results and is saying, you get to keep that roll because it was bad.
Right. Usually when you have a dice box, you have to determine before the game whether it was that.
yeah,
And I
and-
saw
and I think-
blank blank focus
Yeah,
hit.
they're trying to remember what the roll was. Yes.
That's exactly. It was blank blank focus. All right. So Maul. I mean that's not Maul. Ezra. Now he's debating spending it because that will get rid of the stress, but it unlocks the TLT, which wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest.
I can't see what that. Okay, so he is shooting Lowhhrick, which is generally the case.
He used the Lowhhrick ability.
And I don't know whether Lowhhrick took.
He shot the Y-wing.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And then let Lowhhrick do this. Gotcha.
So here is Y-wing obstructed on the Ghost with the primary first. So does a crit. He spends it. Here comes one dice. It gets an evade. That's a shield. And we'll 2 hits from the TLT. That's going to be a shield. And a crit. He does have one dice. There you go. Because of the obstruction. So he's down 3 shields there. X-Wing is out. Here comes end around TLTs. And that'll be 2. It is obstructed. Maybe he's going to Lowhhrick. No, he was going at the Y-Wing. He has 2 dice.
Why is he not clearing? Okay.
He could have.
Well, that happens at the end of the round?
Right. He had 2 dice, though. He could have actually evaded that. The first TLT. So that was a mistake. There, he actually just called it right there. The judge. No, so that doesn't matter in the long run, but you never know. So Y-wing is down to 1 shield. Good catch.
How often does that happen?
Not very often at all.
Okay.
How do I do that? There's a way to.
So here's the question. What is Brandon dialing in? I'm curious as to what point Brandon decides to. I'm always fascinated by when he decides to split as opposed
Yep.
to. I would assume he's going to go for.
I mean, he has a good chance to get Ezra. I mean, Fenn here. Sorry.
It's just that does he mind taking the damage the ghost will give you as a result?
Right.
He's not gonna kill a ship this turn.
So we're probably gonna get a chopper action out of the Y-wing to open it up. I guess it depends on what the arc looks like on Fenn, right?
Right. Now, is Chopper an action in and of itself?
It is. Now, if you can clear the stress off of with Ezra and just coordinate it.
Yeah. What's important is focus tokens because of the sensor jammer on the ghost.
Right.
Otherwise, unless you have hot dice, it's so much harder to get meaningful damage through as quickly as you'd like.
All right, so the Y-wing is turning away Here's a chopper action to bust out the BTLA 4 title, and that'll open up the TLT so you can shoot it out of arc now.
Yeah, if he can't set it up for a meaningful... See, he's breaking up. And
X-Wing's going after Fenn. Well, there's no way he's going to get the Ghost.
The Ghost can probably pretty easily get out here, but the Ezra is going to have to... Sorry, Fenn is going to have to make sure he's not in arc. All right, one bank. He's set up to arc dodge, but I think Fenn Rao is going to have to
really
get into
get
the
in
arc
there to be able to coordinate.
in order to coordinate the boost.
The boost, correct. And coordinates what? 1 to 2, range 1 to 2. So a 3 bank should get him. But then
It's close.
yeah,
It's very close.
and this ought to be interesting. Just a bump.
Just a bump.
That.
That's
yeah,
not bad.
But does that put him in the side donut?
All right.
Yeah, the angle's
So-
tough to say. Zach is speculating that the Wookiee may block a straightforward boost.
So here's the hard 2.
That's tough to see if that's range 2. Right, so we're assuming Ryan is happy or comfortable enough with the position of the Ghost.
I don't think
I don't know. I would be, but
I don't think
know,
it's range. I don't think it's range 2. I think it might be just out.
and he's not checking or measuring.
Well, because if you measure it, that means you've officially
Committed to-
committed to the coordinate.
Okay. So here's the trick, though. You can coordinate for a boost action. He can attempt the boost. If it's blocked, then he's not boosting, so then he goes back to not necessarily taking.
So there's no reason in assuming
So
he
you can
wants
you
to
can you
boost.
can attempt the left boost is what you attempt, right? Okay, that's true.
But why wouldn't you attempt the straight if that's ultimately what you want? Yeah. Yeah, that is close. That's out.
Just out. There's
Yeah.
wiggle there. So no coordinate. You focus and hope, right? I mean, that's really your only option.
Yeah.
So the Ghost doesn't have any focus or evade tokens, right? It just has Maul Ezra active. And you know what? I have to put one more shield on the Y-Wing because he regen with Chopper. Here come here comes the Fenn into the Y-Wing, range 3. Was it obstructed? We'll find out with how many dice he throws. 2 dice, gets an evade.
Those Y-wings are dodgy. That's what they're known for.
So here comes the
Stress.
Stress Hog.
Mhm.
Rolls hit, crit. Sensor Jammer for hit, crit. Both of those are going to stick. No, he's got an
Spends
evade
his
token.
evade token.
All right, so one more shield. Shield total is at 2. That is a bad roll. He has a target lock. Oh, he's a Wookiee. Sorry, I was thinking about the rookie. I was thinking about the rookie, not the Wookiee.
There is your new voice exercise.
And I was thinking about this list. I think I had for Ryan. I think I have a this. If you watch Star Wars Rebels, you know that the Ghost crew calls himself like Spectre 1, Spectre 2, and Fenn Rao is a newer addition to their team. So I think the name of this list needs to be Spectre 7.
Spectre 7.
Spectre 7, because they don't have a Spectre 7.
They've got 1 through 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fenn Rao is now number 7.
All right, let's see if it sticks. Do we want to take another vote?
There you go. Spectre 7. Name of this Ghost list on the right here.
Give us gunboats if you want Spectre 7.
All right. That is 5 dice coming in from the Lothal Rebel. That's a crit on the Wookiee. Shields are gone. Crit is direct hit. So it's going to be sitting at 4 hull, no shields. And here comes range 1 from... Oh,
This is the Y-Wing TLT. Y-wing TLT.
It's the TLT, so it must
Okay, so
be 2 shields.
2 shields.
That's the
And
rookie.
here comes the rookie.
There's
Target
your
lock. He
target
got
lock.
0 hits on that. And a
2
hit
crit.
and 2
Does he
crits.
censor jam or is he going to remember?
Damage cockpit, pilot skill 0. And major hull breach. That could be big. So we're down to 8 hull.
It needed to be done before the TL was spent. All right. Gotcha.
All right, here's end of round TLTs. We're going to assume it's the Y-wing. I think it's the only thing in range. That's going to hit. Another shield off the Y-wing.
No, Emperor Canaries, he didn't forget the sensor jammer. I believe it was on that first attack.
Evade.
There wasn't an opportunity to sensor jam anything, and then you can't sensor jam then a target lock reroll, if I've followed that explanation correctly.
So Y-wing's at 1 shield. We have 8 hull left on the ghost, and everything's face up. He has to make sure that he can. He's got a major hull breach, and he's PS0, so he has to move first
On which ship?
on the Lothal Rebel.
That's huge.
That could swing the game pretty hard.
Yeah.
Because imagine these TLTs from the Y-wing just
You
dealing
just need
crits.
to plink one hit of some kind through, and then it could be a game-changing crit.
Mm-hmm. We probably see the Y-wing do a 1 forward. That's probably to try to keep as close as possible to that ghost. Make sure he can deal crits with his with his TLT.
Well, if he keeps trying to attack the Y-wing, then yes, he's going to want to go forward to let Lowhhrick still take maybe a reinforce to slow down the damage a little bit. Force him to choose to attack maybe Lowhhrick instead. At least make him make a decision.
So Ezra's got to move. Ezra probably does a one bank to the right.
That PS0 makes life a little easier for the rookie pilot.
It does. He's probably
If
just.
he chose to do a hard 2 and do pursuit, I don't know if he's going to choose to do a K turn and maybe.
This is a weird spot.
Yeah, I don't know what you would do with the rookie. Who are you
Okay.
committing to, Fenn, or are you still chasing that ghost?
He hit the first of the 2 TLT shots, which is
So we're waiting now. Does a 3 bank boost fit here? 3 bank boost to find some range. And now Ezra wants to keep his gun on target. I don't think the 1 forward does it. I think he might hit the rock if he goes 1
Does
forward.
he 3K though? Does there room?
True. He's got the room.
Depending on how fast that ghost goes, you can still reach him at range 3. The goal is not to do. You'll never damage that ghost with Ezra. You just got to keep piling the stress on to at least slow down one of those attacks.
absolutely not.
Otherwise, he just mauls you
Yep.
on the rerolls.
Dun-dun-ch.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. Tip your hostess.
Alrighty, so we're waiting for Ryan to place his dials down. He's got some tough choices here. So here we go. I'm gonna open it up to chat here. What maneuver would you do with the ghost? What maneuver would you do with the ghost right here? R3A2 does work out of the rear.
We have a hard stop.
Dun-dun-ch.
3 bank. Yeah, my thought was 3-bank.
3-bank,
There's a
3-bank.
Flip crit. After 3-bank, 1 straight. All right, there's a descent. Up 2. Okay, we're even on that now. Dissenting opinions. 1 straight and 3 banks.
Right bank, 3 right bank, R3A2.
Okay, 3-bank is
See,
the
3-bank it
consensus.
seems like the
consensus
biggest.
opinion.
3-bank boost. So some people want him to boost, some people want him to flip the crit.
Not take. It depends. It's hard for him to know because he's now PS0. He can't read the board state, and a lot of times it's nice to always just take that evade.
Yep.
Now he's maybe still has to. That Y wing is still in threat. He may need.
Well, and the other issue,
You may
ooh, 2
need-
forward. That might bump. Nope. Nope. Oh, man.
Wow.
If he does that K turn with the X-Wing,
I don't know if he's
Well,
missed the rock or not.
he probably saw that the 3-bank wasn't going to make it as well. I mean, if the 2-bank isn't, the 2 straight isn't working, the 3-bank probably wasn't going to clear from the Wookiee. Remember, we're at an angle here. It's tough for us to
right, yeah.
see.
Snapshot, maybe. Maybe.
Is he
You got to
checking-
check
Is he
it.
checking for snapshot?
Oh, Brandon is shaking with adrenaline here.
Well, I don't think so. I think that's just hands. That's just not.
They're gonna have the judge check it.
Judge. Oh, snapshot here would be gross. Especially if he did a 3K turn.
That is in. He's moved it over a lot.
Wow.
So snapshot is range
That
1.
is the dream. That is hard to do.
And you could see it through that clear range ruler.
And Brandon was able to get that off. Because usually that ghost runs from that stress bug, and this is perfect.
So snapshot will trigger. No defensive mods here for. That's a crit. Oh,
Of course he does.
He put it on the other side.
nope. He's going at Fenn.
Even if he does the K turn, he could, if he wanted to, have rear shots on Fenn, depending on the position.
There's a 1 straight. So here comes some critical damage TLTs.
Guy, with that rookie in the way now, I don't know if a 3K will work on the stress bug.
That
Yes,
is
it
the
does.
3K.
Wow, look at that.
So that's going to be a double stressed Lothal Rebel. He can still clear them with the.
But he'll
With
need,
both
he'll need
attacks.
natural hits to,
Yep.
to do it. In all my matches, that happened, frustratingly so. We'll see what happens here with Ron.
Lowhhrick is I think that's range 2. It'll be close. He reinforces the back as he should. Gets a bump out of Ezra for Fenn.
And so no coordinate.
Yep, he took away the coordinate. He wouldn't have been able to do it anyway because he was stressed.
I feel like because of that crit condition, you pile on
So
that ghost right now.
he's going at Ezra. Ability kicks in here. That's going to be a shield and a crit.
No, Spence Ulrich.
He didn't.
No, he didn't.
Weapons failure.
Sure. Watch me not care.
Was it stress? That looked like weapons failure to me. Oh no, he's stressing the ghost.
He misses his range 1 shot.
Yeah, so it was weapon failure.
And again, Ezra doesn't care if it's weapons failure. It's just to pile the
Right, I
stress
think
on.
he just realized that he pointed at his Lowhhrick, and I think he realized that he missed that trigger. So structural, that's a blank crit for the ghost on the first TLT. Second shot here needs to hit at least 2. Oh, or crit. That works too.
Of course.
It's obstructed?
I don't believe you. I think they're parallel.
It's slight, just very slight bend there.
From slap and play, but that's fine. It is. You're not wrong.
So
Why would you
the
bump stuff?
the fact that this ghost only took 1 damage, and really a crit that didn't matter
Right.
is really big for
Huge.
Ryan. Like
Huge
he
for
could have
Ryan.
been down to 3
Yeah.
this turn easily.
So now Lowhhrick is going to need to get guns on. That Y wing hard 2ing to the right to maybe keep guns relevant.
Let me update. Is that
Or he's either 140ing or he's hard 2ing.
TLTs
just
into?
Okay. There goes the first stress.
He's going into Lowhhrick here.
Unless he.
Maul. He's got to get another evade. He's got it. So reinforce pays off. Good thing he didn't spend it for Ezra.
Right. Which then takes away his maul ability.
And
Oh.
what?
He's Ezra. He was turning it into a. I don't know what he's doing. I thought he did. There we go.
Do it again.
Oh!
Wow.
I'm pretty sure they heard us.
Look at me judging you now.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
How does that happen?
I'm the one who's supposed to do the outburst, not you. That was
Okay.
nuts. All right.
I get excited too. Okay, wait. I'm back. All right. So Lowhhrick could hard 2. He can also 1 bank. Is the Y-wing gonna have range?
Which move? If he,
When
I
he-
don't like,
One's
I don't like him going 1 forward for fear that he may not have range. I feel like he has to kind of
He's
or
not.
is it,
he-
is
I
it
don't.
if he 2 hard turns, it may still prove not to be within.
I
range.
think he doesn't have range no matter what.
Yeah.
Even the 1 forward gets him out of range.
So what does he do? How much health is left on the Y? Oh, plenty.
The Y has plenty. Yeah.
Right. Big shock that the rookie's going to do either probably a K turn. Ezra, I just don't know how much he cares about Fenn at this point, so you could easily see Ezra. Ezra's going to get a shot on the ghost no matter what, and just put
Yep.
that stress on no matter what. So he may actually play him in such a way as to muck with Fenn behind him. But that means that at best a 1 forward, assuming he doesn't hit the rock. I can't quite tell him the angle. No, he should be able to because he K-turned that direction, so he'll be able to go 1 forward again.
So we're going to get a K turn out of the rookie pilot, for sure, just to bring him back into combat.
I wonder if Fenn just races forward into that,
Of
replaces the spot where
where Ezra is.
where the ghost is.
I mean, he already did 3 damage into Ezra, or 2 damage into Ezra.
I mean, you go as far forward, assuming the rookie X-wing K turns, you want to get as far forward from that as possible, right? You may even be able to get out of range of the TLT. So maybe Fenn here goes.
Could.
What's the fastest? 4 on that thing?
The 4 forward is red.
It's red though, yeah. Which may not be so bad because you have a 1 bank green, or is it a 2 bank green that clears stress on the bug? I can't remember. I
Here's a
think it's
2.
green.
Is this a hard turn?
He wants primaries.
Hard turn here. This blocks a hard turn from Lowhhrick. The hard turn? No? No? Maybe not.
Not if it's a 3.
Not if it's a 3. Oh,
Okay, but because of
Oh,
that aggressive
does he
move
got
of
it?
the ghost, yeah, that should clear.
he's fine.
So now the Y-wing's relevant with its TLTs.
Yep.
With its automatic crits.
Automatic crits, because
That's what TLTs do.
here comes the X-Wing. There's a 4K. And the ghost is still currently stressed, so he was not able to flip over the major hull breach. That is the crit currently that the Lothal Rebel has. Everything's a crit. Here comes Ezra. He might bump 4 forward. Let's see that spacing again. It's close. Looks like it bumped. We'll know if he rolls dice or not. Oh, he K-turned. Okay, so he's got the back arc.
And it fit.
Here's the 1 bank.
And it fit.
All right. Is it range 1? That's going to be the question. That's close. Let's pull out that range ruler here. Ooh. Snapshot triggers first.
Wait, hang on. Did he K-turn or go forward? I don't. I see rear arc. He didn't K-turn.
He K-turned.
No, he didn't. No.
No, well, he's forward.
And
He's
so
facing forward.
snapshot's not out the rear.
All right. This is a crit into Lowhhrick. He spends it.
Direct hit.
No, it was Lowhhrick. Mm-hmm. So Lowhhrick is at 2. And
Here comes
he's
stress.
on to Fenn. That's 1 hit. He's safe. And here is Lowhhrick, Sensor Jammer, just a crit. So that's a double damage there, so sitting at 5 hull. Here are the TLTs. No damage there.
Wow.
Second one, he spends a focus. He's going to take another crit here. So he's at least at 4. Loose stabilizer. After you execute a white maneuver, receive a stress token. Sitting at 4 hull. Now the Lothal Rebel has some decisions to make. Where he's going to be shooting. No, you're right. The rookie does have a shot. So
Range
just
3.
Yep, just in range 3. 2 hits. He might do some damage here. He's gonna get 1. 1 is better than none.
You and this math again.
I love it. I love math. It's so good. So that's a shield. And here comes a 5 dice primary. We're mauling, and that's gonna be a dead Lowhhrick. Okay.
We already made that joke.
So one of the I think that's the last stress from the ghost here. No, it's not.
I don't think so.
I think you're wrong. He did it. Oh wait, no, he did a white maneuver. End around TLTs.
This clears a stress.
That's gonna clear stress. That's gonna be a shield off the Y-wing.
Remembers to do so.
And 1.
Does it get through?
He takes that 1. So he's gonna take a card.
You should take 2 off. Only 2
It looks like he took the. I think now he's stressless.
How many points is Fenn? Like 20 something? 26?
Say that again.
How many points is Fenn round? 26?
26.
So here's what's interesting.
Thinking what happens when the X-Wing.
God, that Lothal's at 4. How do you mitigate the damage? Does he aggressively pursue that Y-wing?
So if he's not stressed,
Because it's going to be tough for that rookie to catch up, but it may get some range 2 shots. But you got that rocket wings. I can probably.
I
do a
think
3
you
bank.
I think you 3 bank and YOLO.
3 bank. But I'm wondering, is there a way for the ghost to move, still have room to boost, and somehow murder that Y-wing? I think it's very important how Brandon plays the Y-wing here.
I mean, because right now it's a 50-50 decision whether or not Ryan decides to turn to the left or go to the right. And they both have to make that decision right here. Because if Brandon, if Ryan with his ghost does something like a 2-turn boost right, and Brandon with his Y-wing thinks he's coming this way and strafes towards the bottom of the board,
This could
he could be out of range. And then he's going to be able to pick off the X-wing and pick off Ezra.
So this could be the crisis moment of the game.
I think this is going to be big.
What defines it, potentially?
And something that definitely turned the game is the fact that Lowhhrick wasn't able to do any damage at range 1. Zero damage. Sentry Jammer did some work, but he needed to spend the focus to keep him alive the first time. So, yeah, there was a lot of blanks.
Just
He missed the one rookie reroll, though.
yeah.
He did miss that. So that could have been something.
What really put him in the running was that crit on the,
So
the
which
ghost that
we
turns
got
up
what
every
so if
every
he does a
hit's a
white
crit.
maneuver, it's red. He gets the stress. What else? He's got structural damage, which doesn't matter. He's got a couple other ones.
all of them.
PS0. Okay. So I think that's what we got. We got all that covered. Correct, Masta. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. Yes. After you execute, you get a stress. Sorry. Yeah. Alrighty. So we're waiting here.
So he went that away.
So here are his 2 bank. Flipping major hull breach. Smart decision. Crits are bad.
Crits. Who knew?
Here comes the rookie. He's going 3 bank. He's going to stretch that range ruler when it's his time to shoot. I think that might be just out of range. We'll find out.
I'm gonna say it's
So
interesting.
he'll have shots at Fenrow. But this was that 50-50 decision I was talking about. Like so Ryan Brandon thought he was going to turn away, and it works out. Here goes.
This will be great. Great for Ryan if the.
Right, we have no idea. Is totally being eaten by the ghosts. I feel, in my heart, I feel like he landed the maneuver. But he has a weapons failure, so it's only 2 dice, not 3. Here comes Fenrow. He's like, I'm going to try to kill you, Ezra.
That is an option. If he boosts the ghost, assuming it can fit, I don't know. Is it going to fit on that rock? He would have to go to the right.
He has to go to the right.
Then
No, just drops the focus. He's
Yeah.
trying to be offensive. See if he can get Ezra.
he could have rear primaried that Y-wing, but I think he's got different priorities here.
So here's 2 damage.
Maybe trying to survive the rookie.
That's Ezra, and takes no damage.
Ezra's tanky.
Takes a stress to give the ghost a stress. Looks like 2 hits. Sentry Jammer. He'll take 1. What?
I saw it go down.
Range 3. Yeah. Rookie's got it. Rookie has it.
So did he take a damage there or not? He did. Okay.
Rookie shooting.
Too many cooks in the kitchen right now. All right. Jammer does 1. Maybe? Nope.
Wow.
Does none. Yeah, there's a lot. He does have TLTs into.
He's been slightly above average on his single. Yeah. Whoa.
Did the Y-Wing not shoot?
That's
Right, but it's PS.
5 dice rear arc. Is Ezra not touching?
Ezra. Yeah. Ezra's super dead. I think. Wait, what? Hold on. How is Ezra not dead? There's so many dice. So he took 1. Major hull breach. Everything's face up. Did the Y-Wing not activate?
The Y-wing didn't activate. So technically the Y-wing should get to shoot.
So he's just assuming that it's range 1. That's a mis. This is end of round. Brandon's got to slow down. He's playing too fast right now. Missing this shot could be huge. That's a big deal. He could possibly do 2 damage.
And according to chat, they didn't see
Right.
the Y-wing attacking either. What are we missing?
I don't think we missed anything. I think he just forgot to activate him. And as soon as he puts his dial down, that's it.
We've been to end around.
Have we? Oh, sorry, because the ghost shot. Yep, that's it. It's gone. But couldn't they cycle it back anyway? because you have to activate. Like it's not a choice.
Sure. I don't know. Good question.
Is
There-
that or
there's-
is
there's
that,
a-
Well, no, but you don't have to shoot.
You don't have to shoot, but you have to consciously make the decision not to shoot.
I don't know as you do. I don't know if that's not a missed opportunity.
You have to activate every ship.
You have to activate a ship.
But if you've already passed that ship,
so if you never activated it and never made the conscious decision to not shoot, is the game state reversed back if it can be?
I don't know.
Is that a judge's call or is that
That's a judge's call. Like we
Yeah.
can't.
I feel like you don't ever reverse the game state if possible. I feel like it's that you, okay, they activate. Is there
Yeah,
any
you missed your
activation
window.
activating?
Move on.
Okay, they don't have to shoot because they missed the spot.
Because if you could get 2 damage there into Fenn,
Yeah.
you know, the X-Wing can kill him, possibly the next turn. And now you just have a ghost that doesn't have any help anymore. I know these guys are tired. They've been playing a lot of X-Wing the last couple days. It's just rough when you see something like that happen. Maybe he thinks BTL is active. I mean, no, he has consciously shot TLTs out of arc already, more than once.
So what, you 2-4 with the X-Men.
Why not call the judge? That's not my job.
Yeah,
That's not my job. I'm just here to cast, man.
it's not our say.
We'll do it if we see something obviously illegal.
Yeah,
It's a really good
it's
game
not
for
cheating.
versus-
I'll call a judge for something crazy like dial spinning.
And even then, we have to respect the
References.
game.
Yeah, and even then, yeah, just I can raise my hand. I can't just run over there and start knocking chips over.
That's actually not true. We totally
I mean, I could, sure.
I'm biting my tongue on so many things here.
So now we wait. So the X-Wing probably here. Oh, here we go. It's too late now. Oh.
Yeah, I was about to
Oh.
say, wait, what?
Wishful thinking there. Maybe from Brennan.
Yeah, Ryan's all like, Brandon Beal like, sweet.
Deploying the shuttle.
Okay.
Does this get snapshot on the shuttle though?
No, that's not a maneuver, but the
Yes,
shuttle.
it
Oh
is.
yeah.
It is executed a maneuver. No,
It's-
he's
it
out of
looks-
arc.
Looks out of arc.
That would be hilarious to me.
So the back arc is off. A couple things to note. Back arc is off, and end around TLT is also off.
Is there any EPTs on that shuttle, or is it just no? Okay,
Is negate.
Yep.
So 3 bank TL.
I guess maybe Fenn Rowell's range 1.
So X-Wing is able to clear that stress, gets a focus token, putting itself in an offensive position. But Fenn's hotshot co-pilot, which you actually haven't seen used yet in this game, or maybe earlier in the game. Giant pile of focus tokens. Stress tokens.
He might use it here against. Depends what his target priority is. Does he go after Zeb?
Here's Fenn, forward 1.
Zeb is a 3 dice attack. Does he risk the 3 unmodded out of Ezra if he chooses to shoot out the rear? Which I would imagine he wouldn't. You'd think he'd want to keep the stress pressure on the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
I will say that this game is going a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. I thought things were going to be fast and bloody, and this has really been a really good tactical game. A lot of shifting.
I like how Brandon has flown it to keep his rebel ships relevant.
Yep.
That's hard to do.
So target locking from Fenn Rau, range 1. That's hit crit. We're gonna probably spend that lock. Here it comes. That's hit crit. He's gonna be taking 2, and I think that is a dead Ezra, if I'm not mistaken. Let's make sure we're correct. Major explosion. Do we draw the extra card? We do not. Ezra's off the board.
What action you take? Focus.
All right, so Brandon is now down to his Y-wing and the X-wing. Here comes the TLTs, sensor jammer that will hit. So we'll get 1 off the Lothal, and that's another one, sensor jammer, that'll hit. The Lothal sitting at 1 hull.
Oh,
Here's the X-wing. Does Fenn Rau use his ability? He pops it. Okay, so he can't spend the focus. Hit crit, that's still pretty. Still pretty good. This is at Ezra.
ooh.
He takes hit crit. We'll see what the crit is. That's gonna matter. Damage engine, which does that override R2 Astromech? I believe it does.
Anything bad,
Bad is
overrides anything
yeah.
good.
Whatever happened to most recent?
Yeah.
The only exception is if swarm tactics is swarming someone who already has a damage card.
No, it doesn't matter in this game, but yeah, let's keep going.
Please.
Alrighty, so we have Zeb shooting here, range 2 at the Y-wing. The Y-wing has 4 hull left, does have regen available to it. Oh, that's 3 hits on the Y-wing, and he's gonna be sitting at 1. The Lothal might be able to kill the Y-wing here. It's gonna have 1.
He's not shooting with the ghost. Oh no! Wait, I guess I mean
He's pilot skill 0. He's the last thing to shoot.
they're looking at Kyle.
If you
No,
can
hey,
live.
there's the dice. That's gonna kill the Y-wing.
Wow. A lot of damage. A lot of stuff cleared this turn.
So we have X-wing against the world. He's untouched. He can. So Zeb's gonna be working on getting in the way. Fenn still has back shots. The rookie pilot is gonna. He can't overextend himself to get the ghost. I think that's gonna be important.
Because then he'll be potentially shot at by 3.
Exactly. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to get shot by 3.
How does he isolate to just minimal shots in return as much as possible?
I think a forward 1 is not
Is
wrong.
Yeah.
I think that
And
might be the
that's
best choice right
That's
now.
really his only choice. And then just weather the storm coming his way. There, basically, he's the, Brandon's Ryan's going to set this up to have 2 of the ships shoot the rookie, which is Fenn and Zeb. I don't see how the ghost is able to get guns to bear on this turn.
All right, here is the forward 1. He focuses. Zeb 1 forward.
And a focus. What are the other actions? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Focus.
He's got evade and barrel roll, not target lock.
Not target lock. I've never flown ever the original Phantom 1. Wouldn't know. Wait, I flew Ezra once.
There you go. So Fenn's arc is active, so he'll be able to strip that focus off of the rookie. Target lock's probably a little bit of a better action there.
Yeah, the hot shot out of the rear arc, right? Force him to spend it, regardless of results.
It's 2, and
there
he's going to
goes
be
the
taking 2
focus.
shields.
And there goes the focus. Yep. Wow.
All right, here comes Zeb's shot. We're missing a 3rd dice there. It rolled out the box somewhere. It'll come back to us. If you love it, let it go. Out the box again. 3rd time. There we go. 3 hits.
And
that's
we
gonna
have a winner.
Well, he had integrated astromech. He could still live. Integrated astromech.
Does he
No,
want, does
don't
he
walk
want
away.
To? Does he want
Don't
to?
walk away.
Sometimes you just
Yeah,
don't
sometimes
want
it's. Oh, that was close. That was a good game.
to. That was a good game.
That was a good game. Brandon was in it all the way to the end.
I'm kind of surprised Brandon didn't win, to be honest, based on how that was going. Okay, you're going to have to edit that out. And cut to it. And fade to black. And sing.
Yep. So I want to say thank you very much for everybody watching. Congratulations to Ryan Staniszweski for becoming the Indiana Regional Champion. Great run by Brandon Thayer getting to the final table. This weekend has been great. Big, huge thank you to Family Time Games. If you're ever in Indiana, stop by. They have a really great store, lots of space to play, and all the X-Wing gear and any other board game. I mean, their board game library is huge.
Yep.
So stop on by. It's a great store. There's a couple other big events that will be happening here later this year. We're going to have the Crossroads Classic, and I'm sure they're going to be trying to get the regional here again next year. So I think they did a wonderful job, and I know they'll have the support from the community to
I'd be surprised
get it
if
done.
the regional wasn't here again.
Yeah, it was super successful.
And if, in case it isn't clear, we said so in the other one, we do believe this to be the largest, barely, but the largest regional ever held in the U.S.
They just squeaked out Chicago.
Not to take away anything from Chicago.
We are like 159.
But
so
what's
close.
important is Midwest is where you will attend the largest regionals.
Absolutely. Midwest has the biggest regionals. I want to say thank you for everybody here who supports the channel. Thank you to our patrons. If you want to join that group of people, awesome group of people who pay for all of the equipment. I mean, if you've ever seen the setup, you know it's a lot of stuff. And constantly having to replace parts, upgrade things, and it's a lot of stuff to travel. So thank you to those. You can go to patreon.com to get cool swag while supporting the show. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, there's a free way to support the channel. If you connect your Amazon Prime account or your wife's Amazon Prime account or your girlfriend or somebody you know.
I use my wife's account.
Right, exactly. Somebody you know that's Amazon Prime and you use their account, you can connect to your Twitch account and you become a Prime subscriber by clicking a button, and it charges you absolutely nothing, $0, and you throw a couple bucks our way and it costs you nothing. So if you do that, that's great. It can only happen once a month. But you have the opportunity to click the button once a month. I'll be reminding you. What else is going on?
You want to interview the champion?
I do want to interview the champion.
Let's get me off of here and get you on here, buddy.
Take a seat.
Oh, OCX on top.
You're not part of OCX. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, they're cheering for me hardcore, so yes.
But that's not how it works. Who is your squadron?
Lars Squadron.
There you go.
That's
rep
most of my buddies who came with me.
Rep your people, not your the podcast you listen to. That's
We're working on getting a podcast at some point. So
there you go. So that was a great game. It came down to the wire.
Yeah, I was
really
super.
did.
I saw that list and I was like, oh, the firepower, 4 ships. I had to get behind it early.
Yeah.
I severely missed a trigger with Fenn not using his ability with that X-Wing range 1 with the target lock, with getting me that major hull breach. I thought, after that, I'm like, oh, I missed the trigger. Like, I could have stopped that because that X-Wing had no shots.
Yep. And there was a couple of opportunities where both of you actually rolled evades on 1 dice with no modifiers.
Oh, yeah, we natty won
I was
a
like,
lot. It was
We're both like-
ridiculous.
We're like, what in the
that,
world?
that round where he nattied one, the Lowhhrick, and evaded all TLT shots.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's a 37% chance to get an evade on one dice, and you guys did it a bunch of times.
4.
Yeah. So that was a great game. What was probably the biggest highlight for you
In that game or
Yeah.
overall?
in this game?
I think that last turn, like I sucked it up with the loose stabilizer, did the 3 banks, set up Zeb and the cage for Ezra to be killed, and then from there, that whole round shifted completely. Like I think I was still moderately in it, but that last round, everything went the way it needed to for me.
Awesome. Well, show off your trophy, man.
Oh yeah.
You got your swag. Let's show it off. Boom! There he is, regional champion.
Oh, I don't have an OCX sticker to slap on it. Or Lars Squad OCX.
There you go. So, I guess now you get a buy at a nationals level event.
I wasn't expecting to even go.
Are you gonna use it? That's the question, right?
Oh, I have to go now.
He doesn't have a choice now.
No, I don't.
FFG forced him into it.
Yeah. Did you see that the buys from the store championship, their time frame ended in February, so the Michigan regional is technically expired?
Sorry, if you go to Michigan, you waited too long.
Any regional after February, check your store champ cards. It says till the end of February.
That's hilarious.
So, Judge.
Yeah, I'm probably
Yeah.
going to accept them.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Call ahead.
For everyone out there looking at this terrible list, I don't want to fly it again. I flew it today to figure out what would beat me, and everything that I thought I would have a really close game or they would beat me in Swiss or on the way up, they didn't.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted to try Dengar Asajj, and I just kept arc dodging Dengar's revenge shot. I did that in 2 games.
Right.
Shout out to Nicholas Tobin, who took me out in Chicago. I got revenge and beat him. Marcel, he was the other guy who ran Dengar in Swiss that I faced. I thought that would be a decent shot. And
Well, the fact that you have PS11 coordinate to boost the Ghost, I mean, that's huge. I think that is probably, like, in Chicago at the Chicago Store Championship, I think we saw the first time this list.
yeah, Mogensen had the
Right.
variation.
Yeah,
And with
Alex
Jeremy
Mogensen
Trad.
and Jeremy Trad, they had the very first. It was Kanan. There was the Ezra Maul combination, but not with the Ezra crew yet. But you saw Fenn Rao just doing the work, taking away tokens, activating. No boost yet, and this is just like the next form. It's like, oh, wait a second. We can get almost a fully modded shot all the time, plus boosts at PS11. Does it matter that you're PS3? That's a big deal.
And a lot of people are looking at this, not final form, because I think the other final form was worse. This version and looking, okay, do we start doing the initiative bit, taking things away?
Right.
I had 3 mirror matches where they gave me the initiative, and I won all 3 of them.
Okay.
So you just position, and you actually being able to shoot first with those primaries and Ezra's crit, I pulled a blinded pilot on Franch from Stay on Target in a game, and that swung it. Most games were like here, and then something swung.
Right.
And most of those games, I had the initiative anyway. So I don't even know if the bid matters. It's just the combination's too good.
So now you said you were scared of that list, right? That was a lot of guns, like
That one?
the
Yeah.
the one you just played.
I got beat in Swiss by a Thweek and 3 Cartel Brutes.
Okay.
I did too much firepower.
That's
and the
Tom Buis, I believe.
Yep, great
Yep.
game. I only killed 2 Cartel Brutes in that one, and if even one Brute rolls and evade one round, he survives an entire another round, and that's a whole nother arc web I have to worry about.
Right. All right. Well, we're going to first. Congratulations again.
Thank
man.
you very much.
We're gonna shut this down, pack it up, and we're gonna go home.
Oh my God! Apparently it's snowing like crap in Michigan. We gotta drive back.
Yeah. Yeah. Same at home in Chicago. So
boy.
I'll be back. Not next weekend. Actually, hold on. Wait a second. There's 2 events happening in the next 2 weeks. If you've been following the Top 50 Invitational, next Thursday, I'm going to be driving up to Michigan to live stream the Zach Matthews versus Nathan Idy final. Huh? Oh, what did I just say?
He said
Michigan.
I was
Sorry,
so
he said
confused,
Michigan.
'cause I
Sorry.
would have been there.
I'm tired. I'm driving to Michigan.
No,
Dang it,
you're
I said it
driving to
again. I'm
Wisconsin.
driving to Wisconsin.
Should I get off the stream? Is Michigan like
You're-
too
you're-
encroached right now?
it's-
Because we did steal this regional.
This is true. I'm driving to Wisconsin to get that done. That's going to be a lot of fun. So that'll be great. And the premiere event that's coming up, where I won't be playing in that one. I'll be there, just 100% coverage. It's going to be at the Portland System Open in not next weekend, but the weekend after that. I'm bringing you all 6 rounds plus the cut on both the Saturday and Sunday. So that should be a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody who supports us, and thank you again to Family Time Games. We will be back. We will be back. Getting a picture there.
Good Uncle Mark taking the picture.
That's right. We'll be back again next Thursday, bringing you that top 50 final. Last time, if you want to support the channel, patreon.com/Gold Squadron, or go to Amazon, connect your Amazon to Twitch, become a Twitch Prime subscriber, throw a couple bucks our way. It costs you nothing if you have Amazon Prime. Thank you. Gold Squadron, out.